We live in a world that screams at us to run faster, fight harder, force more. The entire society was built on one belief, that success belongs to those who battle the most, who never stop, who exhaust themselves in the pursuit of everything they want. Work until the limit, fight for every inch, never show weakness, never let go. But what if all of that is completely wrong? What if the secret to manifesting everything you desire is not in the brute force of pursuit, but in the deep peace of someone who has learned to let go? Marcus Aurelius, the man who governed the greatest empire in known history, wrote in his personal diary, "Confine yourself to the present moment, not to the next goal, not to the next conquest, to this moment." He understood that when we stop fighting against the current of life and begin to flow with it, something changes. The things that once fled begin to approach. The doors that seemed closed begin to open, not through force, through wisdom. The Stoics were not passive dreamers, sitting and waiting for the world to bring them gifts. They were warriors, emperors, senators, philosophers who built real fortunes and influenced civilizations. But they conquered in a way the modern world has forgotten, through the wisdom of knowing what to control and what to release. Think of water for a moment. It does not fight against the rocks in its path. It does not confront them with force. It flows around, beneath, above, and with time shapes the entire landscape without ever having forced anything. That is the power the Stoics called relaxed intention. The ability to hold your desires lightly while trusting in the natural order of things to bring them into reality. When you are constantly tense around your goals, gripping results so tightly your knuckles go white, you are, without realizing it, pushing away the very things you most desire. Anxiety creates resistance, and resistance blocks what could flow naturally into your life. But when you truly relax into your desires, when you align with the natural rhythm of existence, you become magnetic. You begin to notice doors that were always open but invisible to a tense mind. You begin to attract the right people, the right circumstances, the right resources, not through force, but through a calm confidence that tells the universe you are ready to receive. This is not about becoming lazy. It is about discovering the difference between action that flows and struggle that exhausts. It is about learning to plant seeds with intention and then trusting the soil, the rain, and the sun to do their work. The Stoics called this amor fati, love of fate. The deep acceptance that everything unfolds exactly as it should, when it should. Today I will share with you 10 Stoic secrets that will completely transform the way you manifest everything you desire. These are not beautiful theories. They are practical wisdom tested by thousands of years of real human experience. Each secret will show you how to release the tension that has been blocking what you want and enter the state of flow where everything begins to move naturally in your direction. Before we dive in, I need you to do something. Hit the like button right now. That tells me you are ready for this transformation. If this makes sense to you, write in the comments to anchor it in your heart. I release and I receive. Share this video with someone who needs to hear this message. And subscribe to this channel because we are only just beginning this journey. Please do not skip any part of this video. Part 1. The secret of desire. Without desperation. Here is the paradox that drives most people mad. The more desperately you want something, the more it seems to escape. But the Stoics discovered something revolutionary that modern psychology is only beginning to confirm with data. Epictetus, who went from slave to one of the greatest philosophers in history, taught, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." This is not about giving up your dreams. It is about understanding the difference between wanting something and needing it with desperation. When you need, you create anxiety. When you want with peace, you create magnetism. Think about the people around you who seem to attract what they desire without apparent effort. They are not the ones constantly talking about what they lack or posting desperate affirmations. They are the ones who hold their desires lightly, like a butterfly resting in the palm of the hand. They want things to happen, but they do not define their worth by whether those things arrive on the expected schedule. The Stoics called this preferred indifference. Yes, you prefer to have success, love, and abundance, but your inner peace does not depend on them. Your happiness is not held hostage by external circumstances, and this creates a powerful energy, because people and opportunities are naturally attracted to those who are not desperate for them. Magic happens when you can honestly say, I would love for this to happen. I am taking action toward it, and I am genuinely okay if it does not happen exactly as I imagined. That is not giving up. That is maturing. It is understanding that the universe frequently has something even better in mind than what your limited perspective can see. Hold your greatest desire in your mind right now. Breathe deeply and say, this or something better. Feel how that releases the pressure and opens infinite possibilities. There is a concrete reason why detached desire works better than desperate desire. When you are desperate, you make bad decisions. You accept wrong opportunities because you fear no other will appear. You close doors to what would be right because you are obsessed with what you imagined it should be. Detachment does not make you passive. It makes you selective, and selectivity is what brings what is truly right into your life. Write in the comments, I release and I receive. Part 2. The secret of the power of the present moment. Your mind is probably living anywhere except where your real power exists, right here, right now. Most people spend their days mentally living in a future that has not yet happened or reliving a past that cannot be changed. But the Stoics understood something that changes everything. All manifestation happens in the present moment, and when you are not here, you miss the magic. Seneca wrote, "True happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence on the future." This is not just beautiful philosophy, it is practical magic. When your consciousness is fully present, you notice opportunities that your scattered mind would miss completely. You hear the casual comment that leads to your next great opportunity. You feel the right intuitive impulse at the right moment. But here is what most people do not understand about presence. It is not just about awareness, it is about energy. When you are truly present, you do not carry the heavy weight of past regrets or future anxieties. You are pure potential. And that energy is incredibly attractive, both to people and to circumstances. Think of the most magnetic people you know. They are not the ones constantly checking their phone or talking about what they will do someday. They are the ones who look you in the eyes when you speak, who seem to have all the time in the world, who make you feel like the only person in the room. That is presence. And it is real magnetism. The beautiful irony is that when you stop living for the future, you create a better future. When you stop trying to escape this moment becomes the launching platform for everything you desire. Opportunities do not exist in tomorrow. They exist in the awareness you bring to today. Your breath is your anchor to the present. Every time you notice your mind wandering to the what if or the if only, return to your breath. Feel your feet on the ground. Notice what surrounds you right now. The present moment is not just where you exist, it is where you create. Stop living in the waiting room of your life and enter the reality where everything is happening right now. Part 3. The secret of resistance that teaches life will give you obstacles. That is not possibility, it is certainty. But here is what separates those who manifest their dreams from those who stay stuck. How you relate to resistance determines whether it becomes your enemy or your teacher. Marcus Aurelius faced plagues, wars, betrayals, and losses that few human beings would endure, and yet he wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This is not poetic language. It is the secret for transforming every obstacle into preparation for something greater. When you stop fighting against reality and begin to dance with it, resistance becomes your greatest ally. Most people encounter an obstacle and immediately think the universe is working against them. They become discouraged and often give up entirely. But what if every obstacle is the universe's way of making you stronger, wiser, and more ready for what you're asking for? Consider the oyster and the pearl. The irritation of the sand does not destroy the oyster. It creates something beautiful and valuable. Your obstacles are not punishments. They are invitations to grow and become the person who can sustain the level of success you are requesting. When you accept resistance instead of resenting it, you stop wasting energy fighting against what is and begin using that energy to navigate through what is. You take inspired action instead of desperate action. You seek the lesson in every challenge and the opportunity in every obstacle. Sometimes the delay is protection. Sometimes the detour leads to something better than your original destination. Seneca said that the wise man does not fear obstacles. He uses them. Every time something blocks your path, there is a question to ask. What is this teaching me? What is this situation developing in me that I will need for the next level? When you begin to ask that question sincerely, obstacles stop feeling like punishments and begin to feel like what they always were: preparation. Comment: I release and I receive. Part 4. The Secret of Inner Authority. Here is a truth that will free you if you truly let it in. You have been giving your power to everything and everyone around you, and that is exactly why your manifestations seem so out of reach. Epictetus taught, "No one can hurt you without your permission." This goes deeper than emotional resilience. It is about understanding where your real power lives. Every time you say, "I cannot be happy until," or "I will feel successful when," you are handing the keys of your kingdom to something outside of you. Think about how exhausting it is to live that way. Your mood depends on other people's opinions. Your confidence rises and falls with your bank balance. Your sense of worth fluctuates with external validation. You have turned yourself into a puppet, and circumstances are pulling all your strings. But when you reclaim your inner authority, everything changes. You realize that your peace, your joy, and your sense of abundance are internal decisions, not external conditions. This does not mean you become indifferent to results. It means you stop making results responsible for your well-being. This shift creates extraordinary manifestation power because you are no longer operating from lack. When you know you can be happy regardless of circumstances, you make better decisions. When you know your worth is not determined by external validation, you show up with more authenticity. When you know your security comes from within, you take bigger and bolder risks. Before checking social media today, before looking at your bank balance, before seeking any external validation, check in with yourself. Ask, how do I choose to feel right now, regardless of my circumstances? Your external world will always be a reflection of your internal world. Epictetus lived this in the most extreme practice possible. As a slave, he controlled nothing around him, but he controlled completely his response to everything that happened. And it was precisely that inner authority that transformed him from slave into one of the freest men who ever lived. Real freedom was never a question of external circumstances. It was always a question of where you decide your power resides. Share this video with someone who needs to reclaim their inner authority. Part 5. The Secret of Strategic Non-Action. This may sound contradictory, but sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is absolutely nothing. The Stoics understood something our action-obsessed culture has forgotten. There is a profound difference between being busy and being effective, between movement and progress, between forced action and aligned action. We live in a culture that glorifies the grind, the idea that if you just work hard enough, things have to work out. But much of what we call taking action is, in reality, anxiety in disguise. We stay busy because stillness makes us uncomfortable. We keep pushing because we fear that if we stop, everything will collapse. And that frantic energy frequently pushes away the very things we are trying to attract. Strategic non-action does not mean being lazy. It means having the confidence to step back when you have done your part and trust the process to unfold. It means knowing when to plant seeds and when to let them germinate in the darkness. It means understanding that some things simply cannot be rushed. Think of a chess master. He does not make moves just to move pieces. He waits for the right opportunity, even if that means remaining in apparent inaction while his opponent makes hurried moves. His patience becomes his power. His restraint becomes his strategy. When you learn the art of strategic non-action, you stop exhausting yourself with work that does not move you forward. You begin to trust your intuition about when to act and when to wait. You discover that sometimes the universe needs space to work its magic, and your job is simply to get out of the way. Part 6. The secret of gratitude. That transforms most people think gratitude is just about being positive or polite. But the Stoics understood something much deeper. Gratitude is one of the most powerful manifestation forces that exists. When you truly appreciate what you already have, you create a field that attracts more abundance into your life. Marcus Aurelius wrote every morning about what was good in his life, even during wars, during plagues, during the darkest moments of his reign. This was not naivety. It was a deliberate practice of training the mind to notice what is present instead of what is absent. Here is what happens energetically when you practice real gratitude. You shift from operating from scarcity to operating from abundance. Instead of focusing on what is missing, you recognize what is present. Instead of sending energy of lack, you radiate energy of fullness, and energy of fullness attracts experiences of fullness. But this is not about false positivity or pretending everything is perfect. True Stoic gratitude acknowledges reality while choosing to focus on what is working instead of what is broken. It is about finding genuine appreciation for your challenges because they are making you stronger, for your setbacks because they are redirecting you to something better. The magic is not just in feeling gratitude, it is in expressing it. Tell people how much they mean to you. Acknowledge the beauty in ordinary moments. Appreciate your body for carrying you through life. Gratitude transforms what you have into enough. And enough is always the foundation for more. When the universe sees that you appreciate what you have already received, it trusts you with more. Not because there is some cosmic accounting of deservingness, but because those who appreciate what they have use what they have better, and those who use what they have better are naturally positioned to receive more. Gratitude is not just a spiritual practice, it is a practical intelligence about how life works. Write in the comments, I release and I receive. Part 7. The secret of emotional sovereignty. Your emotions are not happening to you. They are being created by you. This single perception contains enough power to transform your entire life. Yet most people spend years surrendering their emotional state to circumstances, to other people, and to events beyond their control. Seneca taught, every new thing excites the mind, but a mind seeking truth moves away from the new and unknown toward the eternal. Your emotional reactions are choices, not inevitable responses. When you understand this, you reclaim the throne of your own experience. Think of two people living through the same rejection, the same failure, the same disappointment. One collapses and stays stuck for months. The other feels the emotion fully, learns from it, and uses it as fuel to create something better. The difference is not in the circumstances, it is in emotional sovereignty. Emotional sovereignty does not mean suppressing feelings or pretending negative emotions do not exist. It means you feel your emotions fully without letting them drive the car of your life. You acknowledge anger without becoming destructive. You honor sadness without drowning in it. You feel fear without letting it paralyze you. This creates extraordinary manifestation power because your emotions are literally your creative energy. When you are in control of your emotional state, you are in control of what you are creating. When you can choose peace in the middle of chaos, you become a powerful attractor of peaceful circumstances. When you feel a strong emotion, pause. Ask, what is this emotion trying to tell me? What can I learn from this? How can I use this energy constructively? Your emotions are messengers, not masters. Marcus Aurelius felt anger, felt fear, felt sadness. The meditations prove this with surprising honesty. But there was a space between what he felt and what he did. That space was where his freedom lived. It is where yours lives too. Developing that space, that pause between the stimulus and the response, is one of the most powerful practices any human being can cultivate. Part 8. The secret of enough that liberates. In a world that constantly tells you that you need more to be happy, the Stoics discovered a revolutionary secret. The feeling of enough is not about how much you have, it is about how you relate to what you have. Seneca, one of the wealthiest men in Rome, wrote, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, who is poor." This did not come from someone who did not understand material success. It came from someone who had everything the world said should make him happy, and yet found his deepest satisfaction in something entirely different. The philosophy of enough does not mean settling for less or giving up your dreams. It means recognizing that your happiness and your sense of abundance do not depend on getting more things, more recognition, or more validation. It means understanding that the feeling you think you will have when you reach your goals is available to you right now with what you already have. Here is the paradox that changes everything. When you genuinely feel that you have enough, you stop operating from desperation and begin operating from abundance. And energy of abundance attracts abundant experiences. When you are not grasping for more, the more comes to you naturally. Think of the most attractive people you know, not physically, but energetically. They are not the ones constantly complaining about what they lack. They are the ones who seem genuinely content with their lives while still being excited about growth. That contentment is not complacency. It is confidence. The deep knowing that you are already whole, already valuable, already enough. Share this video with someone who needs to hear that they already have enough. Part 9. The secret of authentic expression. One of the greatest blocks to manifestation is living a life that is not authentically yours. When you are constantly trying to be who others expect you to be, when you hide your true thoughts and feelings, when you perform roles that do not fit your soul, you create an internal resistance that blocks the flow of your desires into reality. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself regularly how much trouble he avoided. The one who did not look to see what his neighbor said or did. The courage to be authentically yourself, regardless of others' opinions, is not just about personal freedom. It is about manifestation power. When you are not being authentic, you are essentially lying to the universe about who you are and what you want. How can life give you what is truly meant for you if you are not showing up as who you really are? How can the right opportunities find you if you are hiding behind a mask? Authentic expression does not mean being rude or insensitive. It means having the courage to speak your truth with gentleness, to pursue what genuinely excites you instead of what you think should excite you, to make decisions based on your real values instead of others' expectations. The beautiful thing about authenticity is that it naturally attracts what is meant for you and repels what is not. When you stop trying to please everyone, you begin to attract people who genuinely appreciate the real you. Your authentic self is your most powerful self. Everything that is meant for you is attracted by the real you. Something liberating happens when you stop managing the impression others have of you. All the energy you spent on that, anticipating judgments, adjusting what you say, calibrating how you appear, becomes available for what truly matters. For creating, for building, for connecting genuinely. And paradoxically, when you stop trying to impress, you impress far more. Because authenticity is rare and people recognize it and feel immediately drawn to it. Start today. In one conversation, tell the truth about how you really feel. In one decision, choose what you truly want instead of what you think you should want. Notice how this changes your energy and opens possibilities that the masked version of you would never access. Authenticity is not just a virtue, it is a manifestation strategy. Part 10. The secret of trusting perfect timing. The final and perhaps deepest Stoic principle for manifestation is learning to trust in perfect timing. The understanding that everything unfolds exactly when it is meant to, not when you think it should. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Accept the things to which fate binds you, and love the people with whom fate brings you together." The Stoics believed in a rational and purposeful universe, where everything happens for a reason, even when that reason is not immediately clear to our limited human perspective. Your impatience is frequently your greatest enemy in manifestation. When you demand that things happen on your schedule, you create resistance against the natural flow of events. You miss opportunities because you are so focused on forcing a specific outcome. You reject good things because they do not look exactly like what you ordered. But when you trust in perfect timing, you relax into a rhythm much larger and wiser than your personal agenda. You understand that delays are not denials. They are frequently protection or preparation. Sometimes you need to grow and become the person who can handle what you are asking for. Sometimes the world needs to change to create the perfect conditions. Think of the best things that have happened in your life. How many of them occurred exactly when you expected? Probably very few. Most of your greatest blessings arrived as surprises by the unexpected path, at the moment you were not even looking for them. This does not mean you stop taking action. It means you hold your goals lightly, while trusting that life has a larger plan than what you can see from your current vantage point. You do your part with dedication while surrendering the outcome with grace. There is a practice the Stoics used to cultivate this trust. Before sleeping, they reviewed the day, not to punish themselves for mistakes, but to identify where they had fought against what they could not control, where they had spent energy in resistance instead of movement, and then they released it. They slept without the weight of what was not theirs to carry, and they woke ready to act again, not from the accumulation of yesterday, but fresh and present for what the new day brought. This practice, repeated with consistency, changes the relationship with time, and changing the relationship with time changes what time brings. Write in the comments, "I release and I receive." The ancient Stoics had no vision boards or manifestation journals, but they understood something that modern self-help frequently misses. True manifestation is not about getting what you want. It is about becoming who you need to be to receive what is meant for you. When you relax into these 10 secrets, desire without desperation, the power of the present moment, resistance that teaches, inner authority, strategic non-action, gratitude that transforms, emotional sovereignty, Enough that liberates, authentic expression, and trusting perfect timing. You stop fighting against life and begin flowing with it. This is not about lowering your standards or giving up your dreams. It is about elevating your consciousness to a level where miracles become natural, where what you need finds you instead of you chasing what you want. There is still something that unites all 10 of these secrets that is worth naming clearly before closing. The thread that runs through all of them is this: real manifestation does not begin in the outside world. It begins in the inside world. It begins in the moment you stop trying to force external reality to conform to what you want and begin working on the internal reality that attracts what is yours. Epictetus said that there are things that depend on us and things that do not. What depends on us, our thoughts, our choices, our responses, our inner disposition, is where all manifestation power resides. What does not depend on us, the timing, others' reactions, external circumstances, is where all unnecessary suffering lives when we try to control it. When you finally understand this distinction with the depth it deserves, something opens. You stop wasting energy where it cannot make a difference and begin investing energy where it makes all the difference. And it is exactly at that point, when you stop fighting where you cannot win and begin building where you can, that life begins to reorganize itself around who you are becoming. Marcus Aurelius spent decades practicing these principles in the most challenging environment possible, the governance of an empire in constant war, with all its betrayals, losses, and pressures. And the meditations he left us are not the record of a man who had it easy. They are the record of a man who found peace and power exactly where you can find them now, within yourself, from the choice of how to relate to what life presents. The Stoics knew that peace is not the absence of challenges, it is the presence of wisdom. And wisdom applied with consistency creates the conditions for all good things to flow into your life. But here is what differentiates those who read about these principles from those who live them. The difference is not intelligence, it is not talent, it is consistency. It is the daily choice, sometimes hour by hour, to return to these principles when life pushes in the opposite direction, when anxiety wants you to force, when fear wants you to control, when impatience wants you to accelerate what needs time. In those moments, Stoic philosophy is not a beautiful concept to remember. It is a real tool to use. And the more you use it, the more natural it becomes. Until one day, you realize you are no longer fighting against life. You are flowing with it, and everything that is yours is flowing in your direction. Your manifestations are already on their way. Your work is simply to relax, trust, and become ready to receive them. Each of these 10 secrets is a key. You now have all 10. What you do with them is entirely yours. There is one last thing I want to leave with you before closing. The fact that you have made it this far is not small. Most people consume content superficially. Skip, accelerate, move to the next. You stayed. That already says something about the kind of person you are and about the kind of life you are building. The seeds that were planted in this video will germinate at the right moment, in the right way, by the right path. Trust that. Remember to like this video and share it with someone who needs this message. To seal this wisdom in your life, comment, "I release and I receive." Each person with whom you share this content is a seed you plant, and seeds planted with intention always find the right soil. And subscribe to this channel for more Stoic wisdom every day. Each video here was built with the same intention, to give you real wisdom, not empty motivation that disappears the next day. Until next time, stay stoic, stay strong, and stay open to miracles.